So there's this YouTuber kid, right? I think he does like muck bank or some shit like that, whatever the hell that's called. I'm not really too versed on all these different types of whatever they are on social media, but it's mukbang or some shit like that. And this kid, man, this kid came up on the page on my feed on Instagram, looking like he was like on a mission or something, right? Name is Nikocado avocado. Let me tell you something about Nikocado avocado, man. When I look at that kid, I just think cringy to the max. You know what I'm saying? I think like this kid is just on this, like, he's on this warpath with himself. He's not fighting anybody. He's acting as if like he is on a mission to prove himself to the world. And really, the only person that he's talking to is himself. This kid made millions of dollars, possibly, being a mukbang kid on YouTube. All he did was scarf down French fries and chicken nuggets and Big Macs and all kinds of weird food all day, every day. That's all he did. He did that, and he was able to reel in millions and millions of views on all of his videos online. What can I say? People just love seeing people just scarfing food down or something. I don't know. He's not the only one doing it either. There's other people. But the problem with this kid, to me, is the way that he is selling himself now. See, he started off with this whole thing about, like, he was just this fat kid, showing off his jelly rolls, shaking them up and all kinds of weird shit. And then he comes around, right? After a year, I believe, or a year and a half, he comes around, and then he I guess he calls it, he pranked people. He was pranking social media, all right? Because in reality, he was losing weight. And somehow I have a hard time trying to understand what in the hell is this kid even talking about. In order for you to prank somebody, you have to have someone's attention in one way or another. Whether it's a jump scare, whether it's like one of those like, pull the rugs up off under their feet pranks, something. What kind of a prank are you pulling on somebody if nobody's really giving a damn? Nobody cares. Nobody cares. But that is what he's doing now. He calls it being 2 steps ahead. I gotta show you guys this video. Watch. Let me see if I can pull this video up.
I am.
Check this out.
2 steps ahead. I am always 2 steps ahead. This has been the greatest social experiment for my entire life. It's alluring. It's compelling. It's gripping to observe all these unwell, disoriented beings roam the internet in search of stories, ideas, rivalries, where they feel encouraged and engaged, where they involve themselves with the stories and become a product of influence. Thirsty for a distraction from time unspent, spoiling their minds, yet stimulating them at the same time.
So apparently this kid has this he has this agenda now. He has this vendetta to prove himself, I guess, because, I guess people were trolling him or something. I don't know. So he thinks that he needs to he needs to, I guess, show people that he's not a fat kid anymore. Listen, man, you're always going to be a fat kid to me. And anybody ever sees you in person, anybody, and they say, hey, don't I know you from somewhere? You're going to have to say, oh, yeah, I'm that fat kid that used to scarf food down. That's all you got, man. All right? This second half of whatever it is you're doing is not, it's not going to stick. You're not, what are you doing? What, are you the Batman of fat kids? You're the Batman of fat kids, right? That's what you want to be. You want to be the kid that comes back and takes revenge on all the bullies that were online, just I guess, fat shaming your ass. How do you fat shame somebody, by the way, that actually is intentionally doing that to themselves? You can't fat shame somebody if you're sitting in front of that screen scarfing down tons, and I mean tons, of French fries, nuggets, and Big Macs. This kid didn't just eat a Big Mac on the screen like some other overweight people. No, this kid would have an entire, like a floor. He would be on the floor, right? With like a big little, like a big rag, just like a big mat. Or like he would just be, look, this kid, I don't even know how to put into words how, like, eked out I am by this. And then the fact that he wants to act like he has something makes me even more, like, cringy over it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I don't know. I posted a reel on him, what was it, last week. And for the most part, everybody agreed, you know, he's a fucking fat kid. But at the same time, I still had people that were trying to defend the kid. Now listen, guys. This kid doesn't give a damn about y'all. Clearly, he doesn't give a damn about himself. All right? He's not paying you guys to say whatever it is you're saying. So whatever is wrong with you, having to get on my comment section and try to defend this fat kid turned Ozempic superhero, because that's what he is. It's an Ozempic kid. If you think that this kid lost all of that weight on his own, you're definitely a part of the special crowd. I'll tell you that. But before I digress, defending this kid over what he did because of what I said, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. The shit that this kid is doing, all right? And the only defense that any of these kids that hated my reel, actually, by the way, the only defense that they have towards what I said is, oh, at least he made a lot of money. At least he made a lot of money. He's got more money than you. Let me tell you something about money, man. Money does not change the fact that you're an idiot. Money will not change the fact that you're ugly as fuck. Money cannot change the fact that you have a small thing. At the end of the day, money could only take you so far. And I'm not talking about money. That reel, it has nothing to do with money. I made it perfectly clear. He made his money. I made it perfectly clear. I never said the kid didn't make his money. That is surely not even the context of my reel. So there goes to show you how much you actually pay attention. As long as you see somebody scarfing McDonald's and jiggling their fat in front of a screen, you guys are all in. You know, I could imagine what your porn history looks like. Anybody who supports Nikocado avocado, you guys gotta have a heck of a porn history. All right, a porn search history from a Nikocado avocado supporter. Might as well call the CIA. Anyways, man, that's all I got to say on the behalf. I had to get that out because, you know, I way too many people had an opinion over what I said. And normally I don't care what anybody has to say, but it's the way that it's the it's the things that are being said, one, and two, it's the person they choose to defend, like they did anything extravagant here. Good luck to y'all. Y'all want to keep supporting them? Go right ahead. You know, maybe I don't dislike Nikocado avocado. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm just maybe I just need my coffee. You know? Maybe I'm just like in this mood because, you know, just I need my coffee. Who knows? I'm like that. I'll change my mind on a person, you know. Sometimes they just gotta grow on me. Maybe Nikocado just rubbed himself off wrong on me. Pause. That sounded crazy. Ain't no way that did not sound crazy. But anyways, I'm gonna leave that boy alone, man. What is he? 5'6"? 5'6", short kid, and he's 32 years old. Anyways, man. They tried to kill the president this past week. This is the second attempt since July 13th. Actually, this is 2 attempts since July 13th. Let me correct that. And it's sad, man. It's sad that people can hate someone so much that they choose to take things to an extreme level. Anyways, so, you know, they attempted to try to smoke the former president. So, you know, big shout out to Trump too, man. I don't see Trump doing anything wrong. I don't know why people are being so harsh on this guy. You know? I'm not going to say I'm a MAGA supporter here, but I ain't got no problems with MAGA. I like what they stand for. They ain't bothering me. If anything, I agree with a lot of the things that they're speaking about. I'm not saying I'm a MAGA supporter, though, but I do agree with a lot of the stuff that they're saying. I think that a lot of the stuff that they're saying has a basis. It has structure. You know, they make solid points all the way down to the cat. And by that, I mean the whole cat eating situation and the dogs and the everything they're talking about is true. They are eating cats and dogs out here. But people want to act like he said something crazy. Like, oh my God, can you believe this guy? Who's eating cats and dogs? You are. Every single one of y'all are eating cats and dogs. Look, maybe he took it a little bit over the edge when he said immigrants, because I don't just think immigrants are doing it. There was a video, actually. Let me see something. There was a video that surfaced not too long ago about some lady in Ohio decapitating a cat and eating it. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Check this out, man. Check this out.
What did you do? Why'd you kill the cat? Stand up. Put your hands behind your back. Someone got rubber gloves. She's covered in blood. Where do you live at?
2255 hours. 22.
Let's go.
Yeah, there's a lot of units close together around here. I haven't found anybody walking around.
You have the right to stop answering any questions once they begin. Do you understand your rights? Do you understand? Smile for me.
Smile with the teeth.
Go like this. Did you eat that cat? Did you eat it? No? Why'd you kill it? Get in there. It's ridiculous.
That's got to be bath salt, man. That's got to be bath salt. That's got to be bath salt, man. I'm not, look, listen, man. I've heard stories I've heard stories, especially like closer to the southern border. You know, I got a lot of friends out there. It's my family out here, man. You know, that's Texas. That's my home. You know, we used to hear a lot of shit. And some of the stuff that we would hear is how near the border, you would have a lot of, you know, the nationals, the Mexicans out here. They would cook dog. They would cook dog and they would put it in tortillas. They would fucking feed, you know, the locals and the tourists that would cross over, you know, for the day to visit, you know, Mexico and stuff. You know, you think you're having a good time and then boom, you're eating Fido. You're eating someone's pet, all right? Yeah. You're eating a hot dog and we're not talking glizzies, all right? You know, it happens, you know, but people want to act like it's such a, like you got to be out of your mind to even think something like that. These are things that have been happening for decades. This ain't nothing new. People eat horse meat, all right? Are we going to forget about the time, all right, that McDonald's was accused of using horse meat in their restaurants? I mean, we can go as far as that much. We can go decades. It's not, people get so like, you know what it is? It's because Trump said it. Had it been Kamala, you would have had TMC reporting a bunch of fact checks on it. People would have just been coming out the woodwork like, yeah, we know it's true. We've seen it ourselves. You know, you would have had testimonies from victims. Oh my God, they ate my dog. Like, you get what I'm saying? But because it's Trump, nobody wants to nobody wants to stand behind that. Not only is the accusation crazy, you know, but it's Trump. Nobody wants to stand behind Trump is what's going on here. Is exactly what's happening. But anyways, I digressed, which I do that a lot. But yeah, man, they tried to kill your former president once again. Actually, hold on, let me pull this back up. So it says, all right, now this is on Fox News, you guys, so I have to report it the way it is. Trump assassination attempt suspect laughs, smiles during first court appearance in Florida. Look at this asshole. Look at this asshole. He looks like a Floridian. It wasn't just the other day. I had some random person jumped on one of my old reels that I had posted, and I'm talking about like months ago. Jumps on there because I had a little Cowboys beanie on. He wanted to take a shot at my beanie hat, right? So I says to the guy, I'm like, you look like a typical Floridian real estate agent, all right, with 6 failed marriages, and so on and so forth. I go on to a whole rant. But the whole point of this is you look like a typical Floridian. And this is the thing. They all look like that. Look at this guy. That is the face of a Floridian. When you think of Florida, you either think of two things. Kodak Black or this guy. Absolutely insane. But anyways, second assassination attempt. Had at least 100 run-ins with law enforcement. Not sure what that meant. The suspect in the second assassination attempt on former President Trump laughed and smiled ahead of his first court appearance in Florida on Monday. His name is Ryan Wesley Ruth. Yeah. Of course it is. Of course we have a Ryan, people. Of course it's Ryan Wesley Ruth. Jesus. Wearing jail scrubs and shackles on his wrists and ankles, walked into court and smiled and laughed about 3 to 4 times as he was speaking to his court-appointed attorney. Yeah, he's done. Why get a court-appointed attorney? What do you think you're gonna do? Huh? What do you think you're gonna get probation? Yeah, man. It doesn't surprise me though, man. It doesn't surprise me. People, this is the problem, man. People think that, shit is sweet. They see one person do it and then another person does it. And the messed up part about this is that people will continue to do things like this as long as they feel that there's always a chance. We saw what happened to the last guy. I don't know. Maybe don't try it. Maybe don't try it. Maybe risk your life at something else. Like, I don't know, skydiving. Eating at a buffet. I mean, that's life threatening. Have you ever tried to eat at a buffet? I mean, don't get me wrong. As a kid, I loved them. But when you get older and you realize how much of a risk to your life you're taking every time you walk into a damn buffet, you kind of start straying away from that. You kind of just like, you know what? I'll probably just eat at home today, I'll probably just, I'm probably just going to Grubhub today. I'll just DoorDash, that kind of thing. But anyways, man, it's never worth it, man. Don't put yourself in that because you saw one stupid kid try it and he got his head blown off. You think that you're going to give it a shot and you think you're going to make it. Didn't work out for you either, bud. So, man, Trump has been in the news this week like crazy. And it feels like to me, it's all negative. Like everyone is just jumping on this, go against Trump bandwagon. It's I kind of just sit back and observe. Because again, I'm not going to say I'm a Trump supporter. I do like what he stands for, though. I do like the things he's talking about. They do make more sense than that. I don't know what that other woman's name is, but anyways, you get what I'm saying. It's just wild how people are just like, it just keeps coming. Just when you think, oh, okay, well, it's starting to slow down. We're not hearing, and the next thing you know, bam. Someone throws something else out there, Trump this or Trump that, or did you hear what he said last week? Like, listen, man, I don't really think a debate is going to settle anything. I don't really think anything that TMC posts is going to have any effect on anything. Taylor Swift endorsing him is not going to make a difference. All right? She can't even make good boyfriend choices. All right? She can't even make good relationship choices. You're going to tell me that you're going to trust her judgment when it comes to the president of the United States? No. How about you get your relationship thing right first? Then you can start pushing your influence on other people. But speaking about Taylor Swift, also, she over here started talking crazy. She got into a little bit of an issue with Lil Pump, man. You gotta check this out, right? So I had gotten up this morning and I was just like going through my phone and it popped up on my screen immediately. Lil Pump was talking crazy, man. Lil Pump was I'll just let you see. Watch. Let me go ahead. Let's pull this up real quick. So I found this on X, formerly known as Twitter, and let me tell you, man, this just Lil Pump tells Taylor Swift to go fuck herself for endorsing Kamala Harris instead of Donald Trump, and threatens to have sex with both Swift and NFL player Travis Kelce's mothers. Okay, both of them. All right, he talking about having a menage. He says, Taylor Swift, go fuck yourself. Then he also tweets, let's just be clear. When I say Taylor Swift should go fuck herself, I acknowledge maybe Travis Kelce isn't doing it and will send her a vibrator of her choice. If she gets some sense. I'm sorry. Trump 2024. And then he also says, a fan sent me this, but it's been deleted. Still waiting for what vibrator you want, Taylor Swift. It's on me. Travis Kelce, get your bitch in check, bruh. Or maybe I'll have to fuck her mom and yours too. May make a good three-way after popping a couple of ecstasy pills. I'll put the Chiefs hat on. No worries. This is the man. Listen, this is what I'm talking about. This is when you get up on Monday mornings or something, you know, like this is the kind of stuff you want to see. I mean, I'm just saying, when you get up first thing in the morning, this is the kind of stuff you want to see. But anyways, I also see one of the things that popped up on X also was her reply. Taylor Swift's reply was, Lil Pump is so ignorant. His comments show exactly what Kamala is fighting against. Do we really want an America where creatures like him... She called him a creature. Can so aggressively attack someone. Swifties unite and stand against his hate. You know what is Taylor Swift, the superhero song? Swifties unite? You know, this is a perfect example of someone who lives in this fantasy land of where they believe that a group of people like the Swifties are going to just somehow do something. I mean, didn't I just see recently an article where they said she sold about 2,000 tickets? People are protesting this whole situation of her choosing Kamala Harris. First off, look, I don't care what anyone does when it comes to voting. If you want to vote, if you're a viewer and you want to vote for Kamala Harris, understand that this podcast here, I have nothing against that. I have no issues with that. My issue is when people use the influence that they have to kind of somehow sway the vote in a certain direction. I think Taylor Swift can vote for whoever she wants, but do it within privacy. Do it on your own. Don't act like you want to unite this entire community of your followers to follow your ideologies. You don't have to be a fan of a person, okay? And the same thing goes for Pump. You don't have to be a fan of a person to have your own God-given right to vote for who you want. That's my argument here. But anyways, they go on about this the whole time. Now, this is obviously an unfolding and an ongoing rivalry online, but I think it's funny. I think it shows, honestly, I feel like it shows the level of influence that this election is having on people. A lot of people feel very passionate about this, and a lot of people will go a long way to make their voices heard. I think it's great. I mean, not this Pump and Taylor Swift thing, but I think it's great. I think everyone should be feeling this way. I think everybody should be passionate about the elections. Look, I can't vote. I'm a convicted felon. I can't do anything. And so when I see people that still have that right to vote and can still go out there and cast a ballot and whatever, it's a very important thing in the democracy of the United States, for our country, and for everyone else's rights and the freedom that we have here. So, I joke a lot on this platform. That's what this has been about since I started it. But if there's one thing that I actually do want to make sure that I take serious and that I share with you guys is, you know, if you can vote, get out and vote. Make the vote, because it's probably by far one of the only things that really matter when it comes to this whole race. A debate doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many memes you see online about, you know, any of these people that are running. It doesn't matter what TMC publishes. It doesn't matter what Fox News publishes, whether a cat is being eaten or not, whether the border is secure or not. Yeah, those are all matters. But right now, we have to figure out who is the most competent person to run the United States. I mean, guys, we owe it to ourselves to at least give it our best shot. You know, we have a lot of times where we can be very chaotic. You know, the United States does not have a good track record for being stable. But I think we got a good shot here. If we do things the way we're supposed to do them, and above all, if we follow our heart, you know, and vote for the person we think, not that we're influenced by, I think we got a fair shot. But, yeah, so I'm not going to say much about the Dallas Cowboys this week because I didn't think that they did well at all. Very disappointing. So we're going to skip over that one, okay? That's going to do it for me on this episode. I'll see you guys Monday.